Fremantle are in a bit of a spot at the moment. They've lost their way since round 3 and the frustration is building in their coach.
We need more bang for buck. Yeah, we need to be able to take the moments when they present in our front half. Clearly we need to score more. We've been off with our connection since round 3. We just haven't been finding our forwards. We haven't been taking our opportunities in front of goal. And that bit us on the backside tonight.
Can't score, Fife off, and then the first go at the ruck combo, which you've been flagging all season.
It's going to be a big issue. I'm telling you, it's a big issue.
Wasn't a good exercise.
You got the best ruckman in the league, arguably for the year, Luke Jackson, and Darcy starts on the bench, but then he comes on and plays ruck, and this guy goes forward. And at times it looks like he's got symbols for hands. He just doesn't judge the ball in flight. He took one mark for the whole game, and that came in about the last 3 minutes of the game. Yep, he kicked 2 goals, but he does his work. His best work from the ruck, and Sean Darcy's kicked 38 goals.
So what would you do
in
though,
100 games?
You're not playing Darcy in the seconds.
Well, I understand that, but that was...
You give us a problem. Yeah. What's the solution?
Well, I told you not to...
Well, what's the solution?
I told you before you signed him for 7 years, and you've got $2 million.
Yeah, okay, but that's done now.
Ruckman.
What's the solution now?
Well, the only solution...
What would you do? You walk in tomorrow, what do you do?
I would trade one of them at the end of the year, and it can't be Luke Jackson, so it's got to be Darcy.
So Darcy's got to go. So what are you going to do between now and then?
Well, Archie, I don't know.
You don't think Jackson could do it to Koning? In terms of Pitnet, to me, I was shocked they played him, but it worked okay on the weekend. You don't think that could
That's the best case scenario, but I don't see Luke Jackson having the forward craft.
Do they need to ruck rove Luke Jackson and give up one of the other mids?
If you watch him go on ball as a genuine on-baller, he gets so lost. That's why the decision to command $2 million for 2 ruckmen for the next 7 years was one of the most bizarre list management decisions I've seen in a long time.
And the West Coast Eagles, in hindsight, they're being propelled by a precocious kid who's starring.
They are, and I asked Kane this morning in a meeting, Kane. So, and you threw up Joel Selwood about who has impacted a club and a team like this, like Harley Reid has, and I think
no one like this.
No, and
because
Selwood, standards, professionalism, courage, leadership.
Geelong was on the way up when he came.
Oh, see,
West Coast Eagles were flying when Chris Judd came.
They won a premiership
in terms of
07 in his first year.
In terms of the on-field behaviour. Though the on-field behaviour, Joel Selwood was brave and a leader and a brilliant player from early on.
And set standards as an 18-year-old.
I haven't seen anyone single-handedly behave the way he does.
I think you're a prisoner of the moment with that.
Oh, well, of course, I'm talking up to round 6. Ask me again at the end of the year, but first 6 games, no comparison.
He's got cheek too, he's got confidence in himself. There was a moment...
And North could still have him and Horn Francis, just saying.
And there's a moment after the game with the Glendinning voting when he was a little bit cheeky back at the commentators.
We got to work this week, and obviously coming off a 6-day break, I think we knew as a whole this week we wanted to follow on and try create an identity as a whole, and I think kind of showed out there in that first half that we planned to play 10 minutes of 40 in that first quarter, unlike last week, and we built off that momentum from the Richmond game, and to come out here and do what we did today is, it's pretty unbelievable.
Harley, we really appreciate your time on 6PR Footy. We could talk to you all night, but we've got to let you go. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the win.
No, thank you. I don't think Mundy likes me giving me the one.
And then this, Lordo, last week I loved, we're not waiting to rebuild. I feel like there's a lot more wins out there for us and the right step forward. He's just setting the tone of that club.
He is, and he's, you just don't have many first gamers or first 5 games win a game for their team. Like, nobody at North has a capacity to step in and say, change the fortunes of your team. He's done that.
He's bringing kids through the door.
They can re-sign him now after round 6 for another year under the draft rules.
What does he get paid? What, can you pay him anything?
Well, according to the West Australian, it's a blank piece of paper.
Yeah.
That was a headline today.
Like,
sign this
otherwise,
kid.
you wouldn't, unless they're paying him, because they'd get him cheap. Unless they're paying him $1 million, you're actually getting him cheap in his 3rd season, I'd say.
Yes.
Because if they're talking some players, say Max Holmes, for example, is being touted as $1 million player, in 3 years' time, you'd think Harley Reid is in $1 million player.
I think they'll try and overpay him for that extra year, won't they, and smooth out the rest.
Yeah.
That's the way you could probably look at it.